out in the background. But yeah, we're gonna be checking out Call of Cthulhu and trying to see how long we can play that game for. I don't have much to do today since it's finally my day off and I can finally relax a little bit. So we might get pretty far into it. The game isn't too long, but it is a little dated and it is kind of old. It's from like 2004, 2005, or was it 2006? I don't remember 100% off the top of my head. But it's an older game, and the other thing that I forgot about was that it's a Bethesda game too, which apparently everyone else also forgot. Bethesda made things besides Fallout and Elder Scrolls, which is a shame because this is a really good game. It really does justice to the H.P. Lovecraft mythos, as well as, well, if you've ever played any of the like tabletop Call of Cthulhu games, it's pretty similar to that. Not in the sense that you have stats like discovery or, you know, chemistry or history or whatever, right? But in the sense that it's not really a combat oriented game as it should be. In the Call of Cthulhu mythos in general, you're not supposed to win, really, like at all. Like even if you play the tabletop game, a ghoul can kick your ass. A vampire will for sure kick your ass, and seeing a cosmic entity will drive you insane, rendering your character kind of unplayable. Sort of, I guess, depending on how good you roll, right? But again, I only played very little of the tabletop, and I can't even remember what version I played. I think 3. I don't fucking remember. This is like almost a decade ago when I last played Call of Cthulhu. But Dark Corners of the Earth is pretty special. It's a pretty unique sort of game. Again, it does follow, like I mentioned, some of the tabletop conventions in the sense that you're a detective, and you know you are assigned a mission to go to a town, explore, find out what's going on, and try not to go insane as you discover cult stuff, right? Because that's what all Call of Cthulhu games are like, really. That's how all the campaigns are somewhat as well. Not necessarily involving a cult, but let's say, I don't know, some person's trying to resurrect a dead god by himself, or well, actually no, they're all cult related. There's cults in every one of them. But we're gonna be checking it out in a bit here. Let me just pause the music here in the background because it is really loud. And I mean, I don't mind listening to black metal, of course, if I can love the genre, but right now, we'll see. But one thing I should mention before starting is I tried to see if I can get controller support on it because the game doesn't have it, and the main reason why I wanted to do that is to kind of balance out the audio levels, because my voice is pretty soft, but my keyboard is very clickety-clackety. It's got blue switches, so it's pretty loud, and it's a keyboard and mouse game, so hopefully that won't interfere with it. I'll try to see if by the next time I stream this I can actually get controller support, maybe do XPatter or some shit to actually run it with Call of Cthulhu, because while it may not be optimal to run it, this game was released on Xbox like way back in the day, and I think just Xbox, and if it was released for Xbox, it was glitchy as fuck. This game is notoriously and infamously glitchy, like beyond belief, in the sense that it crashes a lot and there's quite a lot of bugs, or there used to be, I should say. Now, like I mentioned last time, I think it was during the last Digimon story stream, the version I'm going to be playing is the one from GOG, so from Good Old Games, which always goes on sale, and you should totally get this game because it's it's awesome. If it gets remastered, like properly done so, and Microsoft forces them to remaster the game now that they own them, it'd be pretty sweet, because this game is so immersive, but it's also very glitchy. The GOG version fixed a lot of issues that the original one had. If you watch any like let's play or something of this game from around 2010, 2012, you'll see, or actually like 2008, you'll see how glitchy it is. Like one of my favorite YouTubers did a let's play of this game, I think twice. The first time it was like very glitchy, and the second time he's like, hey, I got some patches done, so let's try it this time. And then it still crashed a few times, and again, that was like 2012, I think. But apparently the GOG version should be fine, except for, like I mentioned last time, one specific mission near the end where I'm not gonna spoil it, mainly because I can't remember it, unless it is what I'm thinking of, involving let's just say a ship. There is a timer in one of the last missions, and apparently the GOG version, as of like 2019 or wherever I saw this forum post from, it's still kind of glitchy in the sense that it may not let you finish it. Like apparently like the timer starts and it's instant game over or some bullshit like that. And if it is, I'll see what I can do. Here's hoping that doesn't happen, because this game is fucking awesome. Otherwise I'll just show the ending or something from YouTube and then just be like, all right, cool, we'll just do that, right? But let me get Call of Cthulhu up here from my end. Give me 1 second. Now, here's hoping it picks it up right away. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit and make sure it does capture Call of Cthulhu. Oh, not that. Come on then. Let's have it. There we go. Now, here's hoping it does pick it up. Because it was just recently there was a OBS update, and I hope it doesn't crash. Oh, there it is. You'll also notice this thing is going to be stretched out a little bit, and that's a little bit of a problem. I'm also going to do one more thing here. Hold on. Let me just pump up the audio a little bit higher for you guys, because my voice will probably talk over the main audio, so let's do that just for the intro. So that was the quote-unquote intro to the game. There isn't really much to it, but this game is pretty interesting. It's really cool the way it handles some of the stuff, like how it twitches. The real intro will start in a bit when it does unmute myself, but this game is pretty cool. The way it handles some of its visual manipulation for like horror is again really cool. I can't stress that enough. We'll be seeing a bunch of like blurry shit, and a bunch of things will affect our protagonist as the story progresses. So let me just go ahead and load up a new game here, and then we'll go ahead and check out the intro. I can't play it on a harder difficulty. I don't think it really changes anything except for making like the hits you take a little harder. Like I said, there's not really much combat in the game. There is a very little amount of combat, but not against like horrors per se. Again, you're not gonna be fighting vampires or like, you know, yiths, anything like that. But you will see a bunch of cool things, and due to the filters, it makes everything look very blurry. So if you want to keep the illusion of the horror, I would recommend not like pausing and looking at the models, because from the distance or how they handle them, they look cool.
We hear the call. We can see.
It's so cool, like the voices in the back. But again, if you end up just pausing on one of the frames, or if it starts buffering, I hope you don't get to see one of the models, because they're kind of bad. But that's the thing about like older games, at least from this era, that made them pretty cool, was the how usually dark the environment was or anything like that. If you've played like Amnesia, the first one, The Dark Descent, you know what I'm talking about. The main like thing that chases you is, or it was, pretty scary at the time. Until, at least for me in my case, I just looked it up. I was like, oh, what's the amnesia monster like after playing it? And it's like, oh, this thing looks really stupid. This thing was chasing me around. So try not to do that. But either way, let's go ahead and start. We'll play it on Private Investigator, because that's the only harder difficulty we get. And then I'll go ahead and mute myself for a bit.
See, my last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby.
So, what an intro. I forgot that I was gonna do a quote-unquote warning, but you got one from the game as soon as the intro started, that it is pretty violent, and some of the shit that it covers is really fucking gruesome and cool. If you have never read anything from H.P. Lovecraft, and this is your first time experiencing something from it, welcome. Because that's what he writes about. And this is one cool thing about the game that I really like, is that opening. It's very, very, very Lovecraftian, because if you've read, well, in most of his works, or well, I shouldn't say most, but this is a really cool thing that he does, where he'll start off with the narrator already insane, and then we see the story as to how he got insane. And that's kind of how this plays out. So, the game tips are only going to be here, again, to remind myself, because I haven't played this game myself. I've only seen, like, playthrough of it a few times, but it's been ages since I've seen that, and we'll see how this goes. The intro is really cool, too. We basically go to a crack house in the 1930s. Or 20s. Still, 6.5 years ago. Oh, 1915. Oh, close enough.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash. Hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, you know, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Yeah, now that's a cool transition. The camera going from behind Jack's head into his face or into his eyes. That's super cool. So, this is the intro, and it's really interesting. Yeah. We had to talk to a lot of policemen, see?
How you doing, kid?
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Right.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
Yeah, the facial models are also really interesting. They're not the best, right? But the eye movements are really nice. So are the mouth movements. But then again, these textures are just really old. But then again, the game itself is like 15 years old.
Something must be wrong. I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy.
Alright, what's up?
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
Right. So,
Try to stay calm.
this is your typical,
Better hurry,
you know,
Jack.
like PC horror game. So you can talk
Be careful,
to like,
sir.
you can
He's
like
on
talk
his
to
way.
everyone.
For
So,
Christ's sake, Jack. Go.
well, they started firing at us, and they killed him. Well, fuck, we gotta get moving. Wow. Well, that's a start. So, we've got a door here.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
And these are our save points. This is the, you know, just the testing of the game to make sure it was running and not crashing every 5 seconds. But
An old grandfather clock.
let's explore around a little bit. I know they want us to, you know, go up to the gunshots and stuff, but hey, it's a cultist crack house. Why wouldn't we explore it, right? Look at all this.
A depiction of some alien creature.
Plus, Jack has a lot to say in this game.
That's an unusual design.
Oh man, if it was a little more compressed, maybe we'd be able to make something out of it, but I don't think he says anything about these sigils. Candelabra? No?
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
Alright, journal items. Select the book icon in the interface to study your journal. It may reveal vital clues when the book icon becomes grayed out. There are no new entries to read. So, like any horror game, there's journal entries up here. So, there's a few things we can go ahead and read. Involving the diary, the evidence that we have, and any mythos info. So, September 6th, 1915, evening. I guess I'm becoming a victim of my own success. After closing the last 5 cases so fast, the papers have been calling me a local hero. But I just had a run of lucky hunches, that's all. I'm just another cop doing his job. So, there's a disturbance at a local residence. It's probably just a bunch of kids hopped up on moonshine. Why call in a detective? September 6, 1915 still. Maybe the uniformed boys are sore at being out in this weather, and they want to share the joy with the local hero. It wouldn't be the first good-natured prank that I've had to take since those newspaper reports. I don't know though. Something doesn't feel right. It's more than just a regular bad feeling. It's hard to explain, but it's strong. I'm probably just tired. Those dreams don't help. I can't remember the last time I got a good night's sleep. Must be a month at least. Right about the time I started my run of lucky hunches. The dreams have been getting worse lately. I'm almost afraid to close my eyes. Bourbon helped at first, but not anymore. The lack of sleep must be affecting my nerves. Well, jitters or not, I better get going. So here's the stuff from the podium, by the way. So again, if you want to reread it. And we don't have anything for Mythos yet, but it'll be cool once we do. It shows you the game time. And then, well, this is like medicine, I believe. Yeah, they block pain, but should be used with extreme caution. Because eventually, things will happen. Well, I guess while we're at it here. Like, these are like key items that you eventually get. And then these are, you know, extra items that you get to help with healing Jack. Because if you see here, you can take damage to all these body parts. Look at this strapping young lad. To the head, right arm, torso, left arm, right leg, left leg, right. And you can apply bandages, splints, sutures, or antidotes if you get poisoned or whatever. So it's an interesting health system, that's for sure. Walking around with like crutches and shit. Just fighting giant tentacle monsters.
A powerful painting of some cosmic horror. This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy.
Blasphemous. I don't know, it's kind of a blasphemous thing for you to say, Jack.
It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape.
I think that's it for all the paintings in here. I don't believe there's anything else. No, not with the books. Oh, there's one thing here. I almost forgot.
The board has been used to illustrate a diagram.
Also, the mouse sensitivity is outrageous. Like right now it's set to 2 out of 10, I believe, which is pretty low. Like if I'm just like gently moving my mouse, it's still pretty quick, and if I like shift it, it's very quick. But this does look like some sort of diagram for like a weird machine thing. Like the top image is the overhead view, and the bottom image is, you know, the side view with like the claw pillar things right there in the middle, like right there. There appears to be some mathematical equation and some item. Apparently something goes in the middle. It looks like the Master Emerald. Or it looks like a master, I don't know, it looks like a diamond or some shit. But let's continue. I don't believe there's any other books or anything else we can pick up here. That should be it. So let's check out this other room. Ugh.
Die, you pathetic bastard!
It's an old stove.
Anything else, Jack?
It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke.
Ah, nice.
The stove's still burning.
That it is.
It's an old
That one to
stove.
the right,
We're not even looking at the
kill
stove, Jack.
him.
It's over there. I think it's still too dark to really see anything, but...
It's too dark to be sure, but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food.
Those two rats... Yeah, those two rats are walking in unison.
Probably food, and the rats have been at it.
Alright. Let's try going back up. Oh wait, that's where we came from. This way.
It's locked.
This door's locked. Another painting of the eye, the grandfather clock,
Keep
the
shooting.
creature. Anything else we haven't seen? I don't think we've seen this
These
one.
fellas have one curious art collection.
I mean, they are a cult, Jack. They're quite a unique bunch.
That one to the right, taking cover. Kill him.
So the sound's coming from that way, but is there anything else here?
The wood in those shelves looks rotten. Figures they'd collapse.
He doesn't say anything about the hole here. What about the stairs? Nope, nothing. Okay.
It won't budge.
That door is locked,
It won't open.
as is that one. And this is boarded up, but you can hear growling from like either upstairs or somewhere else. If you press shift, you can sneak or move slowly. But
At last.
oh. Well,
He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. His body is covered in tattoos, and they were carved into his flesh with something sharp. The body's still warm, but he's definitely dead. He seemed to recognize me.
okay.
I don't get it. Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful. The body's still warm.
No, I thought he was
He's
gonna
definitely
say
dead.
something about the window. What about this?
An old wardrobe.
Yep,
It's too heavy to move.
that's true. Alright, let's keep moving to the darker side of the house that hasn't been illuminated yet. Oh. Why did you guys start shooting at the cops if you wanted to talk to me?
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Bob.
Oh, shit. That's, that was fucked.
Damn. He recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. Damn.
Okay.
He recognized
Is there
me,
anything else?
and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this
I
joint.
think that guy got him.
I better keep my distance from the window, or I'll end up like this nut job. A key. This should help downstairs. He's dead.
Oh, interrupted it. Kind of.
Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning.
Right, so we got an item, so it'll show up here. So a copper key with an S engraved on it, or on the head. Alright, now there's another door here. So, they did say they have a cult of like 20 people, yet, oh.
Poisoning by the looks of it.
Yeah. Nothing to say about the cigarettes. Yeah. So this will happen if you look at corpses, if you look at supernatural things. Jack's vision will start getting blurry, and he'll start to get nauseous and stuff. He doesn't like looking at dead things. I think the darkness also does this to you.
He's dead. They're all dead. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
What about the oven though, Jack?
It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke.
Good, you're still sane. Coffee cups. I don't think there is much in this room besides a shock value. Oh, wait.
A diary. This will make interesting reading.
Well, let's do that over here by the oven, Jack. We got some light. Let's read that journal entry. Where might this be? Alright, Diary of a Cult Member. August 20th, 1915. We've been watching him now for 2 months. I can feel my anticipation growing as the day of contact draws near. Victor has not yet divulged his final plan for bringing Mr. Walters to us. All I know is that we must succeed. August 24th, 1915. The sermon today was inspiring. Victor enlightened us with a story of the great race transcending the bounds of time to visit his dreams. Of the conscious things on this earth and in the ocean depths. We are but servants to a greater design. I can only hope that my faith during these last days will win me favor when our masters step through the gate. August 29th, 1915. The experiments below have claimed one more of our order. Another volunteer is needed, but many are willing. We are truly blessed through our faithful service, now that his coming grows so close. September 3rd, 1915. The preparations are complete, and Victor's plan is in motion. He will arrive soon. Surely by now he must suspect his true nature, or at least question the nature of his gifts. September 6th, 1915. He has come. Finally, it begins. So that's pretty creepy. Never mind, Jack. Let's not read by the stove. These guys have been stalking you for a month or so. But I don't think there's anything else.
Nothing of interest.
What about this thing?
He's dead.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
They're all dead.
Anything useful here without you looking at the corpse well?
Suicide.
Okay.
Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
I love how that's his main concern. But can these be opened? Probably not. What about this one? I know some say that they're locked. Others don't. Oh, ho, ho. What about this dude?
He's dead. They're all dead. I can't open it.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll say you can't open things. I think you have to be like right on it or something. I don't know. Anyway, we've seen everyone here. Let's leave the room with the mass suicidal crazies here. Let's see. Well, we got a key, but I don't think it'll open these doors. I think it's downstairs. So that won't open.
It won't budge.
And that won't budge. I think it opens automatically any doors you have keys to. So let's save. Overwrite it. Okay. And let's see, is it this one?
It's locked.
Okay, well let's test it out. So normally we select the key.
It's the wrong key.
There we go. So it's the wrong one. So let's test this one out.
It's unlocked.
Okay, so it does open them automatically. So, what's this weird study room? Can we close doors? There we go. That way we don't have the gunfire be so loud near us. Well, huh. What are you gonna say, Jack? Nothing? There are pictures of you, Jack. You think you would say something. Alright. Let's see. Other things. More pictures of you. Nothing either. I think you're in these file cabinets made of wood. That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen wooden filing cabinets ever. Can we crouch and pick this up? Nope. Look in the boxes. Nope.
I don't understand. I'm in all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
Well, at least he finally came to his senses after seeing this wall, then. But anything of importance? There's
Another
a key.
This should fit the door across the hall.
Maybe. I think we picked something up. Let me check. Would it be here? Nope. Yes, something else. The Boston Globe. The Boston Globe, 20th August 1909. Enlighten or Duped. Inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters and ordinary-looking Boston residents will need no introduction to the Fellowship of Yith, or whatever the cult name is. For those who have not encountered this mysterious semi-religious group before, a few words of explanation are necessary. Enlighten or Duped. Shit, it didn't turn the page. Since our country's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many small religious groups outside the mainstream. No small number of them are headquartered in the states of New England, where the pilgrims themselves sought a new world free of religious persecution. But the question must be asked, at what point does a religion become a cult, and its trusting adherents, not to mention its blameless neighbors, become victims? That is the question this journal poses in regard to the Fellowship of Yith. I'm gonna stop doing that voice. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind this so-called church. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed, or to assist in our investigation in any way. However, it seems that the Fellowship was founded more than 20 years ago by one Victor Holt, based on a revelation he had received from beyond the confines of this world. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. Oh boy. His Fellowship followers apparently believe that he is communing with the mysterious powers behind his faith, and that he is shortly to return with new insights and teachings. All this sounds like a harmless if eccentric spiritual group, a little different from many others. However, those who make their homes near the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. The adherents of this obscure sect are found to be loitering on the street corners, casting menacing glances at their innocuous neighbors, and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. Strange lights have been seen absurd burning in the windows of the old house at all hours of the day and night. They change color unpredictably and cast weird, unintelligible shadows. Even more disturbing are the noises which have been heard to issue from within the mysterious building. They include chanting, unearthly music, and worst of all, screams like those of lost souls in agony. Many of the sect's neighbors are convinced that its services include human sacrifice or similar atrocities. Those few who dared complain to the police were told that because the house is private property, and because there is no concrete evidence of any wrongdoing, the most they can do is file a noise complaint. Are the horrors of Salem being reenacted in our city, more than 2 centuries on? Is this Fellowship of Yith engaging in unspeakable and criminal acts of worship involving torture and sacrifice? Why is nothing being done to ease the fear and distress they cause to the local community? A source within the police department, speaking on the condition of anonymity, tell the Globe that the Fellowship is suspected of involvement in a number of local crimes, but so far the lack of evidence and the reluctance of any nervous witness to come forward have thwarted any official investigation. Very well, we say. Where the police cannot or will not investigate, the Globe shall continue to act in the interest of Boston citizens, fearlessly exposing the truth about the so-called church and its followers. Our findings will be published in these pages over the following months, so that all may know the truth. Editor's note: it is with great sorrow that the Globe announces the death of reporter Howard Addlestone, who was leading the paper's investigation into the Fellowship of Yith, when he apparently drowned in the Boston harbor. The coroner has ruled his death a suicide. Our condolences go out to his family. Man, that's fucked. But that's like super immersive. Which I'm ruining by laughing, I'm sorry. Anything specific here, Jack? No?
What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements.
So, 8 o'clock, or day 13, 8 o'clock, leave home. 8:30, arrive at station. 10, leave station. 12, lunch. 2, something to, go to bank, maybe? 2:55, back to station. 4 o'clock, follow suspect. 6, stakeout. 10:50 or 10:30, return home. Weird.
The fire's still burning.
Oh, I was looking at the clock, Jack, but yes, thank you. Alright, Jack. There's carvings on the walls. Anything about this? Or writings? No? Alright. Let's get saving again. As much as we can. And let's press onward. Right.
It's unlocked.
Okay.
For nutcases, they seem quite literate.
Yes. The old Hemingway. Maybe some Robert Burton in there. As we hear moans come from...
These books are really old, and most of them are in strange languages I don't understand.
Yes. How many days in Sodom was it again?
I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher.
Got them jokes, Jack.
I don't have time to
Alright.
read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher.
This is glowing a little bit. Ooh.
The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
Well, actually, I'm not super
It
versed
appears to be a private study area.
in ancient Greek. I wanted to learn ancient Greek, but then I was disappointed to find out that in order to learn ancient Greek, you have to learn modern Greek to know what the fuck the ancient Greeks were talking about. So, it's not here. Oh, here we go. The Narcotica. This manuscript looks medieval, but claims to be a translation from a classical Greek of a far older work from before the time of the first humans. The pages are stained, faded, and even burned in some places, making reading difficult. The legible sections tell the history of an unthinkable distant antiquity. They speak of races so strange as to be beyond human comprehension, and wars fought across vast gulfs of time and space. There are concepts so utterly alien that they sound like absolute madness. Time travel, flying polyps, mental projection, great race of Yith. It just makes you dizzy just to read it. Man. Anything else?
I don't have time to read.
Okay.
I'm a detective. There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Ho. Alright, let's get Crouch in here.
Shit, that did not sound good.
Okay, he just climbs down. Uh-oh.
Well, that's just swell.
Let's get sneaky in here. Be careful.
He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
Oh.
My God, there are bodies buried in the walls.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. Shit.
Medical charts on the human anatomy. This sink would be used for scrubbing up.
Would it? Calm down, Jack. Calm down. We don't want you having impact. Actually, wait, does it show you? No. Ah, crap. It's not. No, I'm thinking of Amnesia. Amnesia shows you like you have a mental disorder. This game doesn't.
Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like the bodies have been mutilated. If my instincts are right, I'd say they've been experimenting on each other. From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered.
Think about this one. Stop the sneaking for a bit.
The stench in here is sickening.
Yeah, I bet. Let's go back to sneaky voice then.
Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
What about this one, Jack?
Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
Okay, so the stomach or the liver that's right there, that's, okay. Okay, I don't think these can be opened. Maybe this one?
Seems like these cabinets are
Alright,
used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
Alright, Jack. Oh. Let's get crouching a little bit. I don't see anyone. Maybe it's safe to uncrouch. Maybe not. Alright. Anything to say about this guy, Jack? Nope.
Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid.
What about this?
This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for.
This immediately just throws you off. Let's see what the other ones are.
Looks like his stomach. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing. His beating heart.
And, well, got anything to say about him, Jack? What if we get closer?
Good God, what the hell is all this?
Yeah, this must feel like really fucking freaky to see. Like, look at his... There's like no zoom function, I think. I don't have a weapon to zoom in, but look at his, like, open chest cavity. God, everything's... it's so fucked up. I love it. Alright, let's see. Can we trigger something with this?
Oh, shit!
Ooh. Oh. Well, seems like that did something. Oh.
The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
Look at his fucking head, man. It's like split open too. Oh, that is so gnarly. Oh, grody. It's super grody. But now there's this.
The crystal's still warm.
Well, what about this contraption?
The machine must have overloaded.
No.
He's dead.
What about this?
There's no power.
It's got weird sigils on it too. What about this thing?
I've never seen equipment like this before.
I don't think there's any other doors to this side, so let's proceed. Let's go carefully. This is
This
all
tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
This is all in their fucking basement. Okay, he's got nothing to say. Oh. Interesting. So.
It's too hot to pick up.
Jack, don't touch everything, man. Nothing to say about the weird door made of stone and the weird alien contraption corridor we're stuck in right in the basement of this crack house. Alright, man. Oh. It just zooped open. What about this way?
Odd. It looks like it's full of mercury.
Huh.
Odd.
Oh.
It looks like it's full of mercury.
Very interesting. A lot of people don't really show off, like, the rooms whenever they play through this game. So I wanted to at least do so, because, of course, I mean, the crystal goes there, right? But is there anything else here? Like, what's this, Jack?
What the hell is that?
I mean, that can be applied to anything, Jack. What do you mean? Are you seeing the room we're in? The weird mechanical whirring in the background. Okay, so appears to be this.
There's no power.
So obviously, let's go ahead and jab the crystal in there. Okay.
It looks like something's been removed from it. It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs.
Right.
It looks like something's been removed
Jack, do I have to hold your hand for this? A strange green crystal. It's warm and exhibits an unusual glow.
from it.
Yeah, and now it's in there.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
Okay, so that's weird. So it seems like the game, like, takes keys or something, but I guess it doesn't solve puzzles for you, quote unquote. You have to, like, put everything in. So, let's see what happens if we touch this.
It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else. Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
Man, that's one hell of an intro and tutorial. So we saw some pretty like gnarly creatures, and then we go insane for 6 years. Now that's Lovecraftian if I've ever seen it. Now, some cool things about this game is again how it tackles the Cthulhu mythos, which, if you're not super familiar with it, I mean, that's fine. Not a lot of people actually sit down and read Lovecraft. I am one of those people who does, and I really do love his work, even if a lot of it is not the best. He's still my favorite American author, though, of all time. But they did mention a town that's famous from one of his stories, The Shadow over Innsmouth, in which particular events seem to happen in a small fishing town that no one knows of. Only like a few people know how to get there, and I believe the only way to get there is through a bus ride, and it only goes one way. It only leaves at one time of like the day or the week, and it doesn't go back out. Or the only way you can take it back out is by waiting for it to come back or something. And I'm not gonna spoil what happens, because we're gonna see what happens in Innsmouth through Bethesda's take on it, which is really cool. So, February 6th, 1922. Night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery store in Innsmouth was recently burglarized, and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I've been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson gave him the job as a favor. Burnham is looking into the crime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson, and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force an entry into the store when he had the full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination to the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighboring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are two superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood. That's a specific Lovecraftian thing to bring up. They're of mixed blood, so the stories go. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual Hicktown prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's just the wild stories I've heard about the town. Or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long. I would read these, but they pass by really quickly. So you're gonna have to pause it. Or watch the VOD and pause these, because they're good. They gave us morphine. And it saves automatically. Nice. Innsmouth's gonna be wild. That's for sure.
Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. This is it, stranger. End of the line.
And here we are in Innsmouth. One quick thing I wanted to do before we... What the fuck are you looking at? Before we got started was to do this. I wanted to read what this said. Okay, because I was just trying to read this backwards on the cutscene, and I couldn't make it out. I was like, is this like Yithian writing? But no. Alright, you sir. Chauffeur.
Could you direct me to the First National Grocery Store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
Never mind, he's not the chauffeur, is he? What happened to the bus driver?
Chit-chatting to him's gonna get me no place fast.
That freaked me the fuck out. I thought he was gonna keep walking, and I just turn, and then you see his face. So, it seems like this town is full of people that speak like Rocky Balboa, so that's something. But here we are in the Gilman? Yes, the Gilman Inn, I guess. More than likely an inn. Let's walk in slowly.
Nothing of interest.
That's right, you're a detective, not a pen pusher.
Nothing of interest.
Right, Jack? Nothing of interest here, and I'm assuming here as well.
A small wooden clock.
Oh, nothing of interest, Jack. You lied to me. Wait, is this still considered the prologue? No. No, it isn't. Okay. Whew. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna check here real quick. We've got a backdoor key. We've got morphine. Apparently an endless supply of it, at least for the beginning. I want to check if we got anything else. We got this. Okay, so 1916 to 1921. I'm completely unable to recall what led to my confinement in the Arkham Asylum, or what happened to the 6 years between my 2 visits there. They tell me I had some kind of personality change that night in Boston. They watched me for a while, decided I wasn't dangerous, and let me go. After 6 years, I switched back, just as mysteriously. They admitted me again, found nothing wrong, and here I am. Among the personal effects that they returned to me, among the personal effects they returned to me is a leather-bound journal. Perhaps it will tell me what I've forgotten. Looking through the journal, all I can find is my life as a police detective. There's no hint of any illness, or mental strain, or anything else that could explain my change of personality, or the equally sudden recovery that still baffles my doctors. However, a number of pages have been torn from the journal. Who did it, or why? I can't tell. Did I destroy them myself to suppress some horrific memory? Or did the asylum staff judge their contents detrimental to my treatment? Why was part of my life erased? What is it that I can't remember? And who wants it to stay forgotten? Is it a precaution to protect my sanity? Or the key to something I need? Man. Anything else here? Coalition? Yes. So this is the newspaper clipping, it seems. So, grocery store robbed, manager missing. Thieves have robbed the First National Grocery Store in Innsmouth, breaking down the door and forcing open the cash register. The newly appointed manager, Mr. Brian Burnham, has been missing since shortly before the robbery. This is a very disturbing turn of events, said Mr. Arthur Anderson from his office. That's because I don't want to read the First National Grocery Store. That is so fucking long. This branch had only recently opened, and the grocery had high hopes for its success. And given the general lack of modern stores and amenities in Innsmouth, the robbery is a definite setback. And more worrying still is the fact that the branch manager remains unaccounted for. Innsmouth authorities could not be reached for comment. And any mythos? Nothing new. Just Hypnotica. Or Narcotica, whatever it said.
Nothing of interest here.
You're not wondering why the furniture would be covered with a dust rag or cloth? Why the wallpaper is falling? Come on, Jack. We're a detective here. Come on. There really is no need to, sneak around or anything.
It won't open.
But it builds tension. So.
It won't budge.
Okay. Hey there.
Evening.
Hi.
The name's Jack Walters. I'm just visiting.
You don't say, sir. Gilman. Charlie Gilman. I run this here hotel of an evening.
You got any rooms?
I'd not rightly know that for sure. All habits cleaning rooms at present. Them's from out of town can leave a horrid mess.
I bet they can.
Talking to this fellow's getting me nowhere. He's more than a touch creepy. If I need a room and I'm desperate, then I'll come back.
It's interesting, but again, just look at the guy. Look at his hands. See his veins looking through his neck. His face. What a creepy motherfucker.
Hello again.
Yeah,
I'm after directions to the First National Grocery Store.
and I'm busy. So stop your pestering me with questions.
Okay. Anything
That
else?
fellow was just stringing me along with a lot of nothing about nothing.
You're right, Jack. Well, do you think you'll mind if we take a look?
An old grandfather clock.
We're using lights. Probably shots of actual, like, New England.
Can't see anything of use.
Jack, it's a painting. Or a picture. But here.
It won't open.
Will he mind if we go upstairs? Seems like he won't.
It's locked.
Is there anything of use up here?
It won't budge. It won't budge.
Alright, so everything's locked. So let's get out of here. Try to find our clues elsewhere. What about this door? Do you mind if I go through it?
Stop your snooping. And there's for hotel staff only.
Oh, okay. Hey man, I'm only looking for directions. That's what I came here for anyways. Oh. Is that the fucking chauffeur? No. I thought he was sitting on top of the bus. Statue. Oh, okay. Let's get snooping.
It won't budge.
Budge. Well, let's talk to the townsfolk. Hey, how's it going?
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Their fucking voices, man.
Can't help you.
Coming, snooping around with ain't wanted.
You got something to say, buddy?
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't rightly say as I know him.
Interesting looking bloke here. Damn. His eyes are like yellowing as well. How peculiar. Hey, you look
This
normal.
town's deserted. Where is everybody?
No, you.
Just leave me be, stranger.
Oh, okay.
Fog's thick tonight. Damp enough to put out a fella's smokes.
That's kind of super damp here. If that's the case. What's this? Innsmouth to her sons who died for liberty, 1775 to 1781.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary War.
Interesting. No?
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late, outsider. Folks know what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
Why would they be bolted in? Oh, well, here's the First National. If we need to go in, let's look around a little bit more. A store. Okay. What about? How come jacks move faster indoors than outdoors? Caters overalls.
Something's coming.
I can't see
Seen fog
this.
like this since.
The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady Warrens.
No idea what a poorhouse is. It might be like a halfway home or something else.
It won't budge.
Maybe for those who are not the best financially stable and need a place to stay. I don't know. What you got to say? You're a cap, ain't you? Hey,
Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Alien robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm after directions to the First National. I hear they have a store in town.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost, stranger.
well,
He isn't gonna spill with anything useful.
this guy ain't moving either. But those whispers were weird. Hey, do you mind if I go this way? at all? No? Mayhaps.
It's locked. It must lead to the back of the variety store.
Okay. Just checking, you know? Could be this way. Recent company haulage. So maybe towing?
It won't open.
Delivery of, like goods? Like with a truck or something? What about here?
It won't open.
That won't open either. Okay. Is this town hall?
Seems this grandiose structure is the esoteric order of Dagon.
Oh. Well, it's not a town hall then.
It won't budge.
That's for sure. Well then. First National is right here. And of course the police lines do not cross section. Do give us a clue as to where to go, which is back there, but I'm just exploring.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You know him?
You're in the wrong place. Asking the wrong questions, outsider.
It won't budge.
What okay. I'm not gonna question game design, but we can try to test all the doors.
It won't budge.
And see if it leads us anywhere. Because we came in from around here, that way. And again, any like playthrough that I've seen of the game never really showed the town much. They just went straight to where they needed to. But I mean, the game's pretty neat. More haulage here. I'm gonna assume all the doors are locked. I'm not gonna try opening them. But I'm curious as to where we came from. I thought that guy fell over. There's a car.
This car's seen better days.
A fuel shop.
It won't open.
So those are doors, it seems. So this is a gas station. No? Wait, is it? No, it's the bus stop. Hey, you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't say as I noticed what you're saying, stranger.
Okay.
The station appears to be closed.
And I believe we came from here. A woman? What? Okay, hey, you.
Evening. The name's Jack Walters. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss...
Miss will do for now. Welcome to Innsmouth, Mr. Walters.
Thanks, I think.
Take my advice. Do what you must and then leave. Tonight. This port does not cater well to visitors.
While I appreciate your concern, miss, I can handle lousy hospitality.
Very well, Mr. Walters.
Interesting.
This doll seems more open than some folks around these parts, but she isn't going to talk to me right now.
Yes, this doll over here. Okay. Dangerous bridge. Use it on risk.
That bridge spans the Monuxet River.
I don't know if that's a real place or not.
It won't open.
It might be. I'm not super familiar with the New England, like, coastline. And then the Marsh Refinery.
It won't budge.
Alright, cool. Let's go to where we need to go for now. It's nice seeing Innsmouth. The John Bros storage. I thought it said Jack Bros for a second and got excited. Huh? Well, what's this way?
Hello again.
Mr. Walters.
Look, miss, I only want a conversation. There's no harm in that, right?
There's plenty of harm. It's not wise to be seen gossiping with outsiders.
How about playing dumb for a few minutes?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna try harassing her one more time.
Can you at least tell me if you knew the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Look here, Mr. Walters. I can't answer your questions, and your harassment is putting us both in danger. Please, leave me alone.
In danger? From whom?
The order. Now go.
Okay. So no more harassment. Now let's try going to where we need to. quite a peculiar place this is.
It's just an advertisement for the local Methodist church.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Join your local church. A Methodist church, no less.
It won't budge.
Okay.
When the driving rain of the hurricane puts the lights of the lighthouse out, and the growling thunder sounds his gong, and the whirlwinds battle out. Ha ha! Do you think that's the valiant strength?
Come back here real quick. I want to check something else out first. While it's still light out. And that's over here. This way. Because we have to come back here eventually anyways. But I wanted to check something else out. That I skipped because I thought that was the right way to go. Like I said, it's a semi-blind playthrough because I remember some things, but there's some other things I don't.
Ah, you can't come down there.
Okay.
The police clearly don't want me snooping around. I need to be more careful.
Sorry, officer. Those lines were open. Thought I could go through. That's what I was expecting, at least. Okay, so that dude freaked me out because he came out of nowhere. Now let's go back this way and go into that alleyway again, which is this way. Now, I said this before, but horror games don't usually scare me, and I'm not the type to yell and shit like that.
It won't budge.
Because that's annoying, really. But I do freeze up if
Boys,
something
we
happens.
must fight, but the winds will shower our tears. Who's that there? Oh, can you spare a few pennies, young mister? I can give you something for your generosity.
Who are you?
Zadok, that be my name, though too few years it now. Zadok Allen,
Do you know a Brian Burnham?
just a young'un. Worked over the store. He's gone. Killed, I reckon.
Killed? What makes you think that?
Them's from out of town running a store. Taking business from the Order of Dagon. They'd not accept that.
What else can you tell me about this port?
You just bring old Zadok a bottle of something nice, and old Zadok will fill your ears.
So now we have to find this guy Booze. Can we go in here?
It won't budge.
We cannot. Oh, now I gotta start testing
It won't
doors.
budge.
Because I don't remember where to get him alcohol from. But
The
maybe.
old drunkard knows something. I don't think it would take much to get his tongue wagging.
I think maybe now we can probably go to the store. Or go elsewhere. Allow us to find out. Trying to keep an eye open for certain locales. Like here's a grocery store, right, where we need to go in because it's the First National. But is the cop still here? I don't think so. I'm gonna go save first. Alright. Let's see if we can go in now. Hopefully.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
I reckon you might have scared him off with that ugly face of yours.
Oh. Okay. That was good.
It won't budge.
Oh, Bethesda. Good writing indeed. Okay. I think what we have to do is we have to sneak past this guy. Maybe. I'm just gonna... Yep. I'm just doing this in the middle of town, by the way.
It won't budge.
You're right, it won't. Okay. To avoid being detected, keep cover wherever possible. Stick to the shadows, move slowly, and keep as low as possible. Okay. So here we can hide if need be. And go this way. Okay. What about this location here?
It won't open.
Okay. Here we have a safe spot. Ooh. It's thrilling.
The window's smashed. I can see what looks like an old dark room.
Weird. Very weird. Alright. Let's see what else we can find. Oh. Let's go ahead and close, and we'll do sneaking.
Nope, nothing of it.
Oh, you're cutting out there, Jack. Let's try that again.
The door's bolted shut.
Is it now? This one?
The door's bolted shut.
Alright, Jack, let's go the other way. Is there a way to remove rivets, or...
Nope, nothing important here.
Alright. Let's get moving.
The delivery truck for the Innsmouth courier.
Okay. So we have to sneak around, of course, and hope that the guard's rotation... Oh, he's right there. So, he's gonna be moving. Okay, let's get in.
It's unlocked.
Yes, it is. Now, Jack. Objects that can be pushed will have left scratch marks on the floor. You won't be able to move the object if the door passes next to is open. To push an object, simply move against it. Okay. So, Jack, let's go ahead and close that. And now. Hopefully the guard doesn't hear you. Much further does it go? Well, let's say that's good enough. We don't want to... Okay. Now we're alone in this room. What's in here?
Assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest. Assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest.
Okay. And let's close that door. Okay, so... Yep, so you can always heal yourself with first aid beds and stuff. Well, let's explore a bit. So, you know, for like a grocery store, it sure is empty. I know they said it got robbed, but they didn't really...
The till's empty.
They didn't really, like, have anything in stock, I assume. Or maybe they just took everything. Who knows? Cans on the floor. Very Bethesda to have cans. Alright, let's get this box. First aid. Anything else here? Display case of some kind. Maybe for meat. Or maybe not, I don't know. And this is probably like the front.
The glass has been broken, and there's scratch marks on the wood. Strange.
Very much so. What's stranger is this, how even though there's glass, there's wood. And you can hear walking outside. So Jack, shut the fuck up.
These posters are everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Alright, so we came from over there. What is this way? Lucky 7 cigarettes sold here. Okay. Oh. That's what we need. Let's see if we can open up the other doors. What goes out this way?
It won't open.
It's locked, of course. No lock-picking skills here, Jack. What about this one?
It won't budge.
Won't budge.
The store may be low on stock, but it's immaculately kept.
I guess so, yeah. There's no dust or anything everywhere. Alright, let's look for documents.
The drawer is empty.
That it is.
Stock reminders and general notices. Nothing of interest.
Pretty close to this. What's this?
The store appears to have been doing quite well under Brian.
Store of the year? In Innsmouth? Oh, now that's a little hard to believe, but maybe that's why the order wanted him
Nope,
gone.
nothing of interest.
You know, for a detective,
A
you're not
typewriter.
stupid.
Invoices and receipts. Nothing of interest.
Okay. Well, let's go for the main object of interest. This.
There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
Bootleg rum. Alright. Uh-oh. Can we go through here?
Why would Brian force entry when he had a set of keys?
No. What about here?
It won't budge.
That won't budge either. Shit. This last door?
It won't open.
Jack, we gotta get out of here. Gotta hide, Jack. No, open the door.
What are you doing snooping around here?
Man.
Get out!
Okay.
What have you got there? Trying to take evidence from the scene? Hand them over.
Man. We got caught.
That alley leads around the back of the First National.
Yes, yes it does, Jack. Yes it does. Well, now we gotta do that again. Or do we? No, we're just gonna load. I don't want to wait through the whole cycle. Alright. Because I believe maybe we come back here? Because I believe this door was like messed up.
The door's
right?
bolted shut.
Yeah, that probably won't be the right place, but hey, we'll see. I guess I'll be a little more attentive on the way back. Okay, the guard should have already walked through. So, let's go.
It's unlocked.
Yes, it is. See this again? Okay. And again, I'm trying to think of where we could escape to or get out from. Because they give you plenty of time, it seems. Alright, that should be good enough. But I don't see, like, an exit so far. Or, I mean, what could that wooden handle be used for? Right. Unless I'm looking in the wrong places. Let's find out. Because I tried the 3 doors and none of them worked. So. Was there something else I'm missing? Unless you literally have to use, like, the wooden handle on something. Wait, I think maybe, if I'm not mistaken, well, now we know. There was something odd. I was like, maybe there's a secret passageway, something. Come on, Jack.
There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
That there is. Now let's get the hell out of here before that guy knocks the fucking door down, Jack. Come on, Jack. Use it. Okay, I gotta use it then. So. Lift it up, Jack. But you better take it out. Come on, Jack. Go down. Oh, well.
Whoever's down there, you can rock.
Oh, man. Well. Is the booze okay? It is. It somehow survived the drop. Finest
assorted
flower
foodstuffs. Nothing useful.
You never know, Jack. You never know. You're a detective after all. Look at that wooden handle. It came in handy.
Nope. Nothing important here.
More assorted food stuff here. Elnor's or Elmore's wines.
The storage area is clutter-free and well organized.
I mean, I don't know if well organized is the right word, but oh, speaking of, yeah, we're probably damaged, and it looks like we might be. Let's find out. So, maybe? No, it seems like we're okay. Otherwise, if you had like damage, you'd see scarring, or let's say like a broken shirt or some shit, like here. Okay, seems like we're fine. But these are the items that we have in our possession. Okay, let's go. So if I did that, yep, now it's more. Cool. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a journal. So let's get reading.
It looks like a diary. It's gotta have some clues.
That it does. Alright, Jack, let's check it out. Probably here. So, the Diary of Brian Burnham. Well, I agree with the locals on one thing. I shouldn't be stuck in this miserable excuse for a town. I can see why nobody counts here. That's for sure. Another slow day at the store. At first I thought people were staying away because First National isn't local, but I haven't seen anyone go into any of the other stores either. Come to that, I haven't seen the other stores open for business. This place is deader than dead. Still, it won't be long before I'm out of here, before we're both out of here. She's the one good thing about Innsmouth. We'll bust open Old Man Waite's safe, take a car, and then it's New York City. Bright lights, nightlife, everything. I'll show her all of it. Was that it for him? Seems like it. Well, now we know what happened to our old friend here. And it probably wasn't good. And what's this?
I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
Can we see other things? No. That brick is jutting out, though. Or a few of them are, I guess. But hey, we can kind of see that way. That's kind of cool, though. That's really neat. Like trying to look through a brick. But alright. No, we're just gonna try our best here. Guess not. Well, that's where we came from. Can we
Nope, nothing of interest.
Okay, Jack, come on. If that's the case, can we push it? Yes, we can. I'm surprised no one heard that. Then again, I'm pretty sure people heard that. Oh.
The walls collapsed. It must have already been badly damaged on one side.
And one thing is that Jack can jump. Like really high. Like absurdly high. Alright, oh, what's this, Jack? Do not look at these skelly bones, Jack.
The cellar's filled with human remains.
Or you might go insane. Cellar, though. This is you can hear his heartbeat. Oh, it's so cool. And here's the dark room we were at.
There are some issues of the Innsmouth Courier lying here, and they're dated 1846.
More reading, boys. What do we have from the Innsmouth Courier? So, Innsmouth Courier, 19th June, 1846. Innsmouth patrician arrested. Tales of Heathen Ceremonies by John Lawrence. Editor. Obed Marsh, the head of Innsmouth's wealthy and influential Marsh family, now sits in the city jail accused of devil worship and other unspeakable practices. The whole community is left in a state of shock by the horrifying revelations that accompany the arrest. Readers will no doubt be aware of the deep reservations expressed by the Courier's editorship and other decent citizens concerning the esoteric Order of Dagon, which was founded by Captain Marsh after his return from the South Seas and is said to be based upon a primitive religion he encountered among the uneducated natives of certain distant Pacific islands. The captain's arrest seems to lend strength to those suspicions, and a full investigation is expected to unearth more. Huh. That's interesting. Although it's weird that he's like, yeah, this religion just comes from uneducated people.
Various chemicals and apparatus for developing photographs.
Right. That's what a darkroom is for, after all. So we find pictures
Old
here.
photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition.
No, those seem to just be the textures, Jack. This game is from 2005.
Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition.
I didn't mean to do that twice, but anything here? What about this?
Nope, nothing of interest.
Alright. Let's get moving. Let's get crouching here. Now let's get peeking. Okay, so you can't peek and move at the same time. So that's unfortunate, but... Weird. Watch out for ammo pickups. Ammo will carry across to the next chapter, but the quantity you can carry for each weapon is capped. The interface shows the total rounds you're carrying, including those in the gun. Okay. Oh, like always. Well, what's that? A useless paper. Huh. Well, we found ammo. Found a clip and a few bullets. Pistol clip, .45 ACP. Weapon capacity, 8+1 chambered. Which again, you can get weapons in the game, but the combat against, let's say, supernatural horrors isn't really prevalent.
The old printing press appears to have been sabotaged.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Nothing of interest here.
But what's in this box, Jack? I'm interested in the box.
It's not important.
Oh, it's paper. It's probably paper, just covered in dust. What about this?
Nope, nothing important here.
Anything here?
General notices. They're all dated 1846.
So the printing press has been out for like a decade almost. Or a century almost.
General notices. They're all dated 1846.
Think of it. Nope. Okay.
Newspapers lay scattered in molding heaps.
Ew. Alright, we got 2 doors, left and right. Let's go left. There's a bolt on there. Some doors you encounter will be bolted on one side. Action the bolt to unlock the door. Door bolts can come useful when escaping from enemies. And now, here we go. Innsmouth Courier, 1833.
Hello, Jack.
Oh my god.
Do I know you? Lucas Mackey. Sorry to startle. Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackie? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted me in this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay. Maybe I'll catch you later. That's the first friendly face I've seen in this damn town. But I've been in this business long enough to know he's hiding something.
Yeah, he kinda, give it the old runaround. Factory worker, factory inspector. I don't buy that. Either way, we'll see if we encounter him later. I just wanted to come save, and this guy comes and startles the shit out of me. Alright, let's see if we can find other useful things. What about here?
Holy shit!
Huh. The first thing I see is like, oh, hey, and then that. Well, that's not a century-old corpse, that's for sure.
It's not important.
It's not important. Okay, Jack. What about the box? The mildly detailed box.
Nothing of interest.
Okay. More brushes. I don't know enough about typewriting or, well, printing process to know what that's for. Maybe for cleaning all the keys? I assume that's what these are. These are probably like the keys of what would be pressed onto the newspaper, where you would have to like on these, like you would, if I recall, you would have to arrange whatever you wanted to write, like all the paragraphs. So you would have sets of keys, like these little, think of them like, I don't know, like dominoes, right? With a letter on them, capital and lowercase, exclamation marks, periods, whatever, right? And you would write out the paragraph or something like that, and then they would get kind of like stamps covered in ink and then pressed down by the machine that we saw over here through these things, if I recall. Unless this is just the paper part, I don't know. I don't remember very much about like ancient printing presses, and I usually know about archaic things, but I never, I guess, bothered to learn about old printing presses. Either way, let's hear the rope dangle.
Ah, from the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
Look at her, Jack. No, never mind, you'll get blurry. Alright. That must be real fucked up to see, to be honest. I got a comment on the floor? I guess not. It is to the old dark room. Well, what if... I wonder... Well, that's where we came from, sorry. I meant this way. Whew. What if we... I mean, there was obviously an explosion of some kind here, which is weird. But you could... Oh, that is creepy as fuck, dude. Ooh. Breathe, Jack. Alright. Can we go through here?
It won't open.
That won't open. Okay. So, we've got our bottle of bourbon. Or rum, or whatever. We've got our bootleg alcohol. Let's, we'll go ahead and give it to that dude. See if we can get any sort of, clues, and then maybe head on out. Or maybe stop Call of Cthulhu for a while. Wait. Yeah, that's where we came from. Okay. Mainly because my head is starting to hurt. Really fucking badly for some reason. Now we gotta pay close attention. I'm gonna move here just to See if we can hear the cop coming. Unless he left. Not sure. He might have left. Okay. Just in case. Okay, nope, he's probably gone for sure, but...
I won't tell him anything.
How do you do, fellow citizens? Hey man, you okay? Can't talk to him. How are you doing?
I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. He worked in the First National. I'm a friend of the family.
Don't know.
I ain't heard of no Burnham lad.
Alright.
Right.
I know we just saved, but let's do it again. Just for, I don't know, safety's sake, I guess. And let's go ahead and give this dude his alcohol. Just, you know, taking a stroll through town, ladies and gents. Mainly gents. Or hybrids, dare I say. Washington Street. I don't recall if it came from. Actually, I'm trying to remember where the hell the dude is. Oh, he's over here. Yeah. Hey, man. You alright?
If you pardon my asking, have you lived here in this port all your life?
Last 37 years in old lady Warren's house. Before that, over by fishing cannery. Cannery.
Old Lady Warren's? You live in the town poorhouse?
Go and fetch me a bottle of something to wet old Zadok's whistle, and I'll tell you all.
Right, again. Older game, older title. Here's your rum.
Why, you're uncommonly kind, young feller. Here'll be a little something in gratitude that might help you in your search. Now you be calling me crazy. Like them that's there rumoring and anchoring in Ipswich. But old Zadok's seen all manner of wicked things since before you was born. Old Captain Obed, where it all began, telling desperate folks they'd order get better gods. Them's that'd answer their prayers.
Didn't the Christian folk of Innsmouth object to such blasphemy?
Aye, they did. It were around 46 that many folks in town were done with Obed and his ways. And all that wild preaching and too many missing, you see. A party of good folk followed Captain Obed's crowd out to the reef. Shots were fired. Next day, Obed and 30 of his followers were in jail. And for weeks all were quiet, till that artful night of 46. Them's out outside reckoned out it being a riot. But I'd seen them, swarms of them.
Look, old man, I don't have time to listen to these fishing tales.
Oh, was a massacre. The jail thrown open. Mounds of the dead and the dying. Shooting, screaming and shouting. all across the town square. Come morning, the mess was cleaned up. Old Obed and his family takes charge, they did. Folks were told to keep shy as strangers if we were knowing what was good for us.
Zadok, who did all this? Who did all...
Said the old captain was now deeper in debt to his heathen gods. They were hankering for more than just sacrificing. Obed told folks they had to take the oaths of Dagon.
What the hell are these oaths?
You just asked old Wes about oaths of Dagon. Aye, he'd take the third oath. Just head over to his hole in the Dark Street. Then you'll see, for definite.
He's given me a key to the town poorhouse. It could come in handy.
Well, that's fucking something.
Where did Captain Obed Marsh learn of these heathen matters?
In warring foreign parts, the old fool I lent to ways of making gains, doing heathen things. He found a tribe of Kanakis in the South Seas led by a savage. Chief went by a name of Walakea. And his tribe never went without food, for they had all the fish they could catch. Old Obed learned from his Walakea that these things on this earth as most folks never heard about. Seems these Kanakis was worshipping undersea gods, with heaps of human sacrifices and other heathen things. But they was getting all kinds of favors in return. Plenty of fishing and even gold now and then.
Human sacrifices. Maybe you've had just a bit too much.
I don't blame you for not believing it, young fella. But just answer me this. Why did Captain Obed roll out to the reef of Satan, chant a lot of rites and incantations in the dead of night, so loud you could hear 'em all over apart? He cast something in the water that eve, out the other side of Devil's Reef. Some kind of thingamajig crafted out of lead. It was given to him by Walakea.
So, what happened?
Well, not long after the smoke started coming out the chimneys at the old gold refinery, the Marsh family and those that had joined with Obed in his ways started prospering in the esoteric order of Dagon. Came into being with his heathen that shit they do.
What kinds of ceremonies?
Yeah. Get out of here, lad. Don't wait for nothing. They'll know now.
I think he's had his fill for the night.
Man. Well.
Zadok. Zadok.
Curse you, lad, for staring at me with them eyes. The old captain in hell, and he's staying there. He can get me. He can't. No, he can't get me. I had nothing done. I ain't done nothing or told nobody nothing.
Anything else?
Are you okay, old-timer?
No.
What? Yeah, leave me be.
Alright, guess he's out.
A seedy-looking bar called The Garden. Unfortunately, it's shut.
Alright. Let's try to see. Because I think the sky... Hello?
Mr. Walters, I must speak with you.
It's Jack. And just hold on there a minute, sweetheart. Are you gonna even tell me your name?
My name's Rebecca Lawrence, and unless you want to join Innsmouth's long list of missing, I'd urge you to follow me.
Missing, huh? Like Burnham?
Of that, I'm not sure. You'd be better off asking the Billingham's daughter, Ruth. She was dating Brian.
What? Who's Ruth?
quickly.
She was
We don't have
dating
much
Brian.
time.
Come on.
You've got to follow me.
Okay.
Jack, Innsmouth is a strange place. There are things that have no business being here. Foul, reeking things.
Strange. Trust me, I'm good with strange.
That remains to be seen, but I can help you. My father discovered this strange sign while studying an old manuscript. It seems to ward off the more unusual elements in Innsmouth. Whenever you find one, you can use it to find a moment of sanctuary. Now, I must leave before we're seen together.
Okay.
I've seen that eye-like symbol somewhere before, but never surrounded by a star.
Oh. We have the little eye thing in the middle. And a safe spot. But I think this is where we're gonna call it for tonight. The game is pretty fucking fun, but my head is killing me. Let me just get this out here, and let me get the ending part sorted. Just give me one moment.